The Republic was an intergalactic democracy that acted as an agent for different worlds and systems to communicate with one another. Despite its many flaws, under its management, it ensured peace and prosperity for much of the galaxy. But what would have happened if the Republic never existed? Now, this video is going to be more selective rather than referring to specific historical events. As if the Republic had never existed, then galactic history would be completely different. For example, the Clone Wars would have never happened, Sidious would never have a branch to start his empire from, and so on and so on. On this video, we're going to be focusing more on what the Republic does, and how if it wasn't there, things would be different. Okay, so firstly, we need to understand that without the Republic, the galaxy would be a lot bigger, metaphorically speaking. Similarly to in our world, how we have globalization. This is how by increasing our means to communicate, it breaks down barriers. Well, the Republic does something similar. Without this huge government to connect different worlds and people, there wouldn't be any communication between, say, an outer rim world and a core world. And with this comes the extinction of trade between these two parties. And for this reason, it would lead to them being far less understanding of other species and cultures. People on different planets would very much be aliens, as would all of the flora and fauna on the world. This would likely lead to widespread xenophobia on many of the worlds, so travelling to different planets would be difficult, as it's likely many wouldn't accept you because you're not a native, and they haven't had any experience with your people or your species. So really, you're just an odd-looking person who's rocked up to their world. Along the same lines, whilst talking about trade, there would be huge technological differences from system to system. The free movement of information and goods would be ceased, and how advanced a world is would mostly just rely on geographical factors. For example, a species on a lush, fertile farming world or a mining world will have far more advanced technologies than, for example, a Felucian native, who have to spend most of their days running from rancors. Now, for this reason, it means that some planets are going to be a lot more advanced and a lot more powerful than others. And this brings me to the next point, conflict. The Republic actually had some pretty brilliant systems in place for ensuring peace. For example, in Legends, when the Kaleesh waged war on the Hook. The Republic blockaded their world. This, in turn, led to a mass famine. However, it ended the war prematurely. And it stopped the Republic from having to send soldiers there themselves. Essentially, this is the idea that in order to be part of the Republic and reap all of its benefits, you also have to respect its wishes, or face ruin. Now, without this galactic supergovernment, this goes out the window. You're basically free to invade whoever you want, with little to no consequences. Now, granted, individual worlds and systems will set up protection packs. However, if you're more advanced as a planet or system, or your native species has a strong warrior culture, for example Trandoshans, then you can still basically do whatever you like with no repercussions for your actions, no matter how heinous they may be. Not only this, but it spread news about what was going on in the furthest reaches of the galaxy, so people knew what was happening. And this provided a united front where the galaxy could deal with its resources when needed. If a particular system was causing problems and going a bit maniacal, then the rest of the galaxy could team up and stop it before it got out of hand. Ultimately, the Republic was flawed. It was strived with corruption and bureaucracy. However, without it, the galaxy would have been a mess. I personally believed it would have taken over by series of warlords and small covenants. However, organisations such as the Sith Empire would have thrived. They would have been able to carve huge sections of the galaxy out for themselves, and eventually become a dominant force in the galaxy. Meanwhile, organisations such as the Jedi would struggle to find firm ground due to the xenophobia and lack of communication or knowledge of what was happening around the galaxy. Essentially, the entire galaxy would be anarchy. But what do you think a galaxy without the Republic would look like, and do you think it would be better or worse, and why? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, please remember to like, share and sub as it's really appreciated and it helps the channel grow. Also don't forget to follow me on Twitter @TheLoreGuy and tick the bell for regular updates. But most importantly, thank you for watching, I really do hope that you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.